Ugh, Leo, I'm trying to read this, but seriously, it is so confusing. I feel like the author just jumps all over the place, and I am totally missing the point.
Oh, I totally get it. I've been there. But what if I told you there's a way to read it that's less like homework and way more like being a detective on a secret mission? The author actually left clues for us to follow.
Okay, so check this out. I have a riddle for you. What does a super spy like Jason Bourne and a student of the Bible have in common? Jason Bourne, the guy who could fight off like 5 people with a rolled up magazine? I have absolutely no idea. This sounds like a trick question. It's the power of observation. No, seriously, think about it. Bourne walks into a room and he instantly sees everything, right? The exits, any potential threats, all the little details everyone else misses. Well, we can actually train ourselves to do the exact same thing when we read, to spot the clues the author wanted us to find. Okay, so let's get into it. Every good detective needs a toolkit, yeah? Our first set of tools is all about spotting how different words and ideas are connected to each other. So the first tool is probably one of the easiest to spot: repetition. When an author repeats a word or a phrase, it's not because they ran out of things to say. They're basically holding up a huge, flashing neon sign that's screaming, "Hey, look at this!" This right here is the main idea. Okay, let me try this one. So be holy in all you do, for it is written, "Be holy because I am holy." Whoa, okay, yeah, I see it. Holy is pretty much the star of that sentence.
Exactly. You found the clue. So, what do you think the author's trying to get across?
Hmm. I guess that being holy is like really, really important.
You got it. He's just hammering that central theme home. And that's the power of repetition.
Okay, the next tool in our kit is contrasts. Authors love to put two opposite ideas right next to each other. Like a gentle answer versus a harsh word. It makes both of them stand out so much more. You'll want to keep an eye out for clue words like but.
Okay, so if contrasts are about what's different, then what do comparisons do?
Well, they're all about creating a picture in your mind. By using words like or as, the author connects something you might not understand with something you do. So here, a good person giving into evil is compared to a clean spring getting all filled up with mud. You can instantly picture how gross that is, and it makes the warning really stick with you.
All right, so we've been looking at individual words and ideas. Now let's kind of zoom out a bit. This next set of tools helps us trace the author's train of thought. It's like following a map of their logic from point A to point B.
Okay, tool number 4 is lists. And I'm not talking about a grocery list. When you see a list in the Bible, the author is grouping things together for a reason. It could be showing a sequence of events, or it could be showing you all the different parts of one big idea. Oh, hey, I know this one. The fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, forbearance, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self control. Wow, that's a long list.
It is, and noticing that it's a list is so important. See how the author says fruit, singular, not fruits? This list is showing us all the different sides of that one single fruit. It's not like a buffet where you can just pick love but skip out on self-control. It's one complete package, and it all grows together.
This next one is super simple but really powerful. Cause and effect. It's basically if you do this, then that is going to happen. Like in the example we saw before, the cause, a gentle answer, leads to the effect, it turns away wrath. Authors use this all the time to show us the real-world consequences of our choices.
Conjunctions? Okay, aren't those just tiny little grammar words like and, but, or so? They don't seem like that big of a deal.
I know they seem small, but trust me, they're huge clues. Think of them like road signs in the text. The word but tells you the author's about to make a sharp turn, and therefore is like a giant sign pointing right to the destination, the main point. Ignoring them is kind of like driving with your eyes closed.
All right, you're ready for some advanced detective work? Don't worry, I promise this isn't as scary as high school English class. These glamour clues are actually really powerful tools for discovery.
So first up, we have figures of speech. This is when an author says something that isn't literally true to make a much deeper point. I mean, God's word isn't an actual flashlight, right? But this metaphor perfectly shows what it does. It guides us and helps us see where to step when it's dark.
Ugh, verbs. You promised this wouldn't be like English class.
Ha, I know, but stick with me on this. Verbs are the action words, right? They're the engine of the sentence. All you have to ask is Is this something that already happened, or is it something I'm supposed to do now? Is it a command? Just paying attention to the verb tells you exactly what's happening and who's doing it.
And our last grammar clue is the pronoun. Words like he, they, it, they're just shortcuts. So a detective's job is to trace that shortcut back to the original person or thing it's talking about. Because if you don't know who he or us is, the whole sentence can just fall apart. Okay, we've gathered all of our tools. Our detective kit is full. Now it's time to put it all together and solve a real case. Okay, let's look at our case file here. Romans 12, verses 1 and 2. It's all marked up with the clues we've been learning about. Chloe, what's the first thing you spot?
Okay, that giant conjunction at the start, therefore. So this whole idea is the conclusion to whatever he just said before it.
Perfect. What else do you see?
Well, there's a huge contrast. Do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed. So there's a negative command and then a positive command.
Exactly. It's not just don't do this, it's do this instead. Now look a little closer, see the repetition? He says to offer your bodies, and then to be transformed by renewing your mind. He's talking about a whole person transformation. All these little clues work together to build this really rich, clear picture of what the author's trying to say. So here's the bottom line. You have the tools. And once you start training your eyes to look for these simple clues, everything changes. Reading stops being this confusing chore, and it really does become an adventure of discovery. You're not just reading words on a page anymore. You're finding the truth that was hiding in plain sight the whole time. So we'll just leave you with this final thought.
Your mission, should you choose to accept it.
Exactly. Now that you have the tools, what are you going to discover?